If you've been on a roller coaster recently, and we're talking about a real one, you may have already experienced a new feature on the iPhone 14, which is designed to bring peace of mind, according to Apple, but seems to be having the opposite effect. Stephanie Prentice joined me in the studio with more detail.
What some iPhone users with the new model have been saying online is that this new feature which has come out that's designed to detect serious collisions, so car crashes, is in fact being triggered by things like roller coasters, and in doing so it's sending alerts to loved ones, family members, as well as emergency services, alerting them that a crash has occurred. So if we cycle back a little bit, the iPhone 14 came out around a month ago, and as well as Apple Watches, it has these sensors fitted in it, and it has this technology that's able to tell if you've changed your motion, your speed, or the noise around you. If it's concerned, you might get a text alert saying, have you been in a car crash? Now, of course, if you're on a roller coaster, hands in the air, loving life, you're not going to be able to respond to that message. And that seems to be the problem that's coming up. And as I said there, a roller coaster is the perfect storm for this tech because everything it's looking for happens in that environment. So that seems to be the issue. Now, we have seen a tweet from an amusement park that's telling people how to avoid this happening. It's saying, please put your items on airplane mode, that will stop it happening. But we do know that one site, at least in Ohio, has had 6 calls in the last month from iPhones to 911.
Okay, or just switch your phone off or not have it with you. That's the other options. But just give us examples where this has worked for the real purpose, i.e. an actual crash. Has that been recorded yet?
Well, yes and no. So we did find somebody else on Twitter who had dropped his phone onto a highway. We can look at his tweet, I think. What he said was, he was on his motorbike, the iPhone flew off into the highway, he drove to get a new temporary phone sorted, but meanwhile his whole family got that alert I mentioned earlier. They thought he might have died. And so by the time he got through to his mum and his girlfriend, he said they were very distressed. We do know, however, that a week ago in Nebraska, in a fairly rural area, there was an alert sent from a phone, and it did help first responders to get to that site on time.